We have a Levia game. Like a bit of Levia game. I believe in 2 pots into her. She's got big enough turns that I don't feel I always have time to play them. I hate going down to none because it makes the combo much harder to assemble in any meaningful way. It's a bit of a toss-up. She's slow enough that I'm almost tempted to keep 3. Almost. So we have Ball Breaker. Okay, so we're playing Levia memes. I would say, let's say that, you know, like, you got the mandible claw ball thing, it's not the worst. People playing AB1. Then I have to make hard choices. The choice is to get the healing potion and to lock in this rampant combo for later. There is no hard choice, but I could play this rampant, and I think I'm going to. So that just nestles in the graveyard for later, and that's mostly because I would rather arsenal one of these cards. Yeah, this is just going to be a weird deck, isn't it? I'm aware of the existence of this, like, I don't know exactly how it pans out because I've not played this matchup. I'm just going to assume I'm fine. I'm going to sync this, see what we get. Okay, that's fine. If it had been a blue, it had improved. As a red, it's not actually any worse because I can still just throw damage. The reason we're throwing the felling rather than the pulsing at this point is just that the graveyard is light because I do not want to banish this. I need a couple more turns of blocking stuff to get somewhere, and I would really rather use a carapace to get my decompose up and get my 8 rather than swinging for 4. Especially because they've got I mean, they've also got a lot of block, like there's obviously ramifications of using it, but you know, they've got what, 11 block on the table here. Did they? Oh, they literally lost a turn to me. Okay. I was like, what's going on with that? I suspect them losing a turn to a scab skin roll is going to very much be the end of this as well. Unless they can absolutely high roll whatever this gimmick is. So we're actually going to choose both on this because we can. Just throw everything in. Just saves me having to bookkeep it. It's less passing. This is not optimal play in terms of like real life, or if this mattered beyond the fact that I'm playing games. It just saves a lot of I pass, you pass stuff. Okay, yeah, they are not going well here. Because this is yellow, we can't surge and snap back, but that's fine. We can still throw the snap back. It's still gonna be for 6. Can't always have perfect efficiency. If the microphone's picking up any random clattering, my dog is wagging his tail. So this is one of these niche cases where tome could prove useful. I don't need this carapace, and I could use it as part of the pitching, which is quite tempting. I don't think Levia's going to do much, and I would like to keep this tree around. We'll block with this to start with and see where we feel. I'm not going to leak an absolute ton of damage just for the sake of it. So if they give me better options, I mean, honestly, this looks fine. Yeah, we're just going to take this. I'm going to take an extra 3 from it, an extra 4, I guess, but I'm going to keep the tree for another turn and possibly get something really good out of this hand. I don't know what we're going to see. That's pretty good. We can do big things with this. It's the only reason I rate tomes over the other blue earth cards, because like you run all the good ones, and then, in my opinion, for like good stats, you've still got like 1 left to slot in. If they ever print a better blue earth card, it's cut immediately because it is absolutely the worst card in the deck. But it has uses. They're a little bit niche. I think this is a good example of it. Like, that probably contributes to me winning the game because I get to keep the tree. I don't actually care about this at this point because I'm not doing anything earthy this coming turn. I definitely want to keep the flare. Thing is, I do have block, so there's no reason not to block this out. Yeah, that's fine. I did wonder if there'll be a pummel coming. We're still going to sink, and what we're going to do here is sink the healing potion just to see what we get. That is, again, this is all good. So we will discard the Autumn's Touch because it's an Earth card in the bin, and that leaves us with another channel play. I'd have liked to keep the potion, but I don't think it matters. You know, we have one. We only need the one. Block with the root bound. It's not like I need it, and it gets me online finally with the decompose. Oh, and yeah, the skipped. That's fine. This was one. As I say, I've heard about this list. I seem to think it's got one gimmick where it hits really hard, but I do not know what it is. Levia can present a lot of damage if she draws well and rolls well. That skipping Eternal Scabskins on turn 2 or 3 was the loss, honestly. You know, I was going to threaten something again here. Definitely just coming in. Depends what they were going to do. If they didn't prevent the Surgeon, I might mind warp them. Otherwise, I'd flare them. Bank the other one. But you know, I had such a big life lead. I had stuff to play with. I was just waiting till I could find a combo hand. And you know, as mentioned, like we put one rampant in the bin early, so if we found enough life gain, we could just do a big rampant hit if need be. You know, into these. I don't want to say slow. Levia's not slow, but she's not Aurora. So into these slower matchups, you know, you're just looking for a little bit of setup, and then you are mid-ranging the whole way through. You know, if this played out any longer, this was going to turn on the ability to barkskin block, which gives me really, really efficient soak, where I can, you know, barkskin and 2 cards will absorb the entirety of an Endless Maw. You know, they come in with, you know, Dread Scream or something, barkskin in a card is block 6, then they'll follow it with like a Claw, will be full block that as well. You know, it really is just it's a slower attrition game into Levia than it is into Aurora. As I say, like I do feel like you really want to force one healing potion into her. I didn't know how much time I'd have to get multiples, but you know, one healing potion doubles the amount of healing you're probably gaining on a combo turn, which, you know, doubles the amount of amp you're going to get. There are a lot of arguments about if you should healing potion or not, because healing potion is your turn speed, you know, it's action speed. Whereas, you know, playing like a flare snap combo and using E-pots is their turn speed. And that means that you can do it on the last turn of the game as you're about to die. Which is kind of valid, but you get much more bang for your buck out of the healing potions, and you know, a lot of the time you can sit and, you know, let's say this is these 3 cards in healing potion, you know, you can block out for 9 and drop the healing potion. It's only costing you like statistically 1 life because you will crack it and get 2 life. At its absolute worst, you will go, I'm going to die, so I will crack it to have 2 more life and have another turn. You know, it's using an action point is its only real downside, but you don't normally play it on a turn where you're doing anything else anyway. You know, if you've got 2 cards, you threaten a Surgeon and try and get an Arcane Barrier bait off them to take a card off them and then play it. Or, you know, if it was in this hand and they weren't coming in strong, you do Surgeon and Ether Flare and then Arsenal it. And then you can 4-card block on a turn at some point. You know, that you see them do a Blood Rush turn. You know, 4-card block, play a Healing Potion. That's why I don't mind it at all. That's my thoughts on the Healing Potion bit as a bit of extra information at the end of a game.